Hello and welcome to the Sweet 16 here at the 2025 Diamond Open 9-Ball Professional Players Championship. We have a great matchup for you here today. We have Jayson Shaw versus Thorsten Hohmann. My name is Frank Miletti from PA Pro Am Pool, also known as the Cue Ball from the Pool Hall. I'm going to be calling the action for you today here, guys. If you can, remember to like, share, and subscribe PA Pro Am Pool on YouTube. And also to our WNT subscribers and digital pool subscribers, welcome. All right, we'll go over the rules really quick for you. While Thorsten's racking these balls up. It's a two-stage event. Stage 1 was at double elimination. Stage 2, single elimination. It's a race to 10. Of course, it's WNT. It's a WNT break box. It's alternate break, rack your own, and all ball fouls. All right, Thorsten to break here in rack number 1. Oh, that's going to be an unfortunate scratch for Thorsten. That 2-ball dresses up pretty good, too. Jayson might be able to take a 2-9 combo to start this matchup. That's exactly what he's doing. He's looking to take that 2-9. And right out of the gate, we have 1-0 Jayson Shaw here in a race to 10. All right, check out them payouts real quick. 13th to 16th place gets $3,000. 9 through 12, $3,400. 7, 8 gets $4,100. 5th through 6th, $4,700. $6,000 for 4th, $7,000 for 3rd, $9,000 for 2nd, and $15,000 for 1st. All right, rack number 2, Jayson to break. He's in the lead, 1-0. Jayson gets the 9-ball moving a lot with his break. He really gets into it. He doesn't really kind of hit him soft like the other players do. Let's see what he has here. All right, now I'm saying he's got the 9 moving. Oh, 9 does not go down. That would have been tough for Thorsten to miss first shot of the game and be down 2-0 already. All right, let's see what Jayson has. Doesn't have too much. He can play the 2 to the corner, but I don't really particularly like the shot. I like him playing off the left-hand side of the 2 and rolling up, putting a 2 in the middle, putting the cue at the top rail, just like that. Perfect speed, puts him on the top rail. The 5 and the 9 are in the way. Thorsten has a 2-railer, left side of the table. Left side bottom rail, hit the 2, but I think the better shot here is to go to the right side rail, try to hit that 2-ball full, leaving the cue down at the bottom end of the table. Comes 2 rails onto the 2. Watch that cue ball track into the pocket. Oh, and it holds up. Jayson Shaw having to come to the table. Tough shot on the 2. Let's see if he can swing around the pocket. Exactly what he's doing. Now, a great shot by Jayson Shaw. Catch out on the replay. Magee's around the pocket. Puts the 2 down. All right, Jayson has a long shot on the 3. looking a little tough. You might have to slow roll this. Put some speed on it. Misses it. All right, that's going to give Thorsten a good opportunity. 3 will go to the top left corner. Thorsten's on to the 4 ball. I'd like him to leave his cue ball right probably towards the middle of the table. This way he can play the cut on the 5. Good stroke by Thorsten. He's got the 5 to the corner. He can go back and forth. He'll probably come out 1 rail. Medium speed shot will probably wind up by the 3rd diamond of the middle of the table. Back and forth. Right to that 3rd diamond. He'll play the 6 right into the corner. A little bit of high, 1 rail off. Probably play the 7 in the same pocket. Thorsten Hohmann's moving these balls real well. A little bit further than he wanted to on the 8. He's okay with the shot. He can go back and forth or even play a little bit of low English, come off the left side rail and play the 9 in the side pocket. He's just going to opt for back and forth. Take the simple cut on the 9. Thorsten's trying to go up and get himself 1, steal Jayson's rack, and make this 1-1. All right, we're back here with 1-1 on the score going into rack number 3. Thorsten Hohmann to break. Keep an eye on his cue ball this time, see if he made any adjustments from last rack. Did make an adjustment. He puts the 1 in the side pocket. Does not have the best shape on the 3. On these side table matchups, guys, we only have 1 camera angle, so I'm not able to switch. Let's see some of the other angles of the table. He does have a shot on the 3. Wants to avoid hitting the 6, or if he's going to hit the 6, he wants to hit it as full as possible. I expect him just to cut, put a little bit of high on there. That ball too full. It's going to miss. It's going to bring Shaw back to the table. Shaw has a thin shot on the 3. He could try to opt to roll it up and just leave the cue behind the 8. Shaw goes for it instead. Almost puts the 9 down. Man, Jayson Shaw is dangerous when he gets to the table. Jayson playing the 4. He'll even let the cue ball float across the table. He might even come back and make the 9. And he comes back and makes the 9. Great shot. Jayson Shaw to go up 2-1. Florida Open's coming up soon, guys. WNT tickets are on pre-sale already. Florida Open is August 5th through the 10th down at the Caribe Royale. Wonderful place. If you haven't been there, I highly recommend it. I was there for the Moscone Cup, and it was magical. If you have not been to the Caribe Royale, you have to get down there. All right, we're going to go into rack 4. Jayson in the lead, 2-1. Keep it on that 9-ball. Gets it moving. All right, Jayson's going to have to opt for the push. I don't really see any shot for him playing the 2. Probably going to push the cue ball into the point. Down table instead. All right, Jayson pushes the 3 in front of the 5. It's going to force Thorsten to really come with a good shot here on the 2. Could bank the 2 and look to marry the cue ball off the rail onto the 8. The cut option is there, but he's going to have to get shape on that 3. He's going to put the cue ball back up top. Possible 2-9 here for Jayson. Just going to play the edge of the 2, put the cue behind the 3 ball. It did leak out, though. Thorsten does have a piece of that 2 ball. For him to play some hide and go seek again. Thorsten sort of sells the shot out. Jayson is going to have a lick at the 2. I would have liked to have seen Thorsten play a little bit of a tighter safety. Jayson's got to watch out for the corner, or side pocket, I mean. Apologize. Got a shot on the 3. Retreat back for a second. Looks like he's wiping his hands and his face. A little warm here in the Pro Arena at the Super Billiards Expo. Slightly humid, a little muggy day out today. Doesn't affect Jayson though. He comes back onto the 4 a little too far. Maybe it does affect Jayson. I'll look to back cut this 4. Plays a good kill on the cue ball, gets himself for the 5. Position on the 7. It's going to play natural off the left side rail for the 8. Soft speed. Jayson Shaw looking to take a big 3-1 lead here at the end of rack number 4.
Hey guys, check out integritycues.com, offering high-end cues, production cues, pre-owned cues, cases, and accessories. integritycues.com.
All right, we got 3-1 on the score going into rack number 5. Thorsten to break. Keep an eye on the 1 ball from Thorsten. Looking to get it in the right side pocket. Gets it in there beautifully. 2's going to dress up for shape. Don't see any balls that are tied up. 3 to the 4. 2 to the 3 could be tough after that. Looks pretty elementary. He floats the 2 in. Probably didn't get the best position that he wanted. It's a makeable shot. It is going to require some cueing on the cue ball to get it to the position that he wants. Plays it in very strong. Out to the 4. Again, now a little bit of that long distance shot. Thorsten opts for the cut on the 5. He'll throw a little bit of kill on this shot. Look to come 2 rails. Play that 6 in the bottom right. He does not make the shot. And it's going to leave Mr. Shaw open. Try to steal another rack off of Thorsten. Looking to make this score 4-1 right now. Jayson softly plays 5 into the corner, out for the 6. Ace of 7 in. Looking to take a 4-1 lead.
CrossroadCues.com offers hassle-free, zero-interest financing on the most popular cue brands like Samsara, McWhorter, Nitty, and Southwest. With lightning-fast shipping, your cue will arrive in time for your next match. Buy, sell, trade, and consignment are also available at CrossroadCues.com. Don't wait. Contact us today.
All right, we got 4-1 on the score going into rack number 6. Keep it on that 9-ball. 9 does not move. 2 is going to dress up for shape. 3-6 could be a slight problem for Jayson. With as parallel as they are, he might have to cut that 3. Or if he gets positioned back onto the 3, he can carry him off the 3 and make the 6. Of course, first shot here is the 2. Let's see where we get with that one first. Jayson plays a great shot on that 2 to get onto the 3-6 carom. Little slight flat angle on the 5. He should be okay though. He pulls it 1 rail for the 7. Jayson Shaw cruising right now, trying to get himself to a 5-1 lead here on Thorsten. We have 5-1 on the score. Shaw. Guys, this coming week, U.S. Open tickets go on sale. April 14th is the pre-sale. If you are part of Matchroom's WNT subscription, you get an actual early pre-sale. You want to check it out, April 14th. I'm thinking probably 10 a.m., 12 a.m. Eastern time is when those tickets will go on sale. If you have not already signed up for WNTTV.com, what are you waiting for? U.S. Open is probably one of the most prestigious tournaments in all of pool. Every player wants to win the U.S. Open. All right, let's get the score updated for you. Jayson Shaw up 5-1. It's Thorsten's break. He's trailing. He's got to get some giddy up in his step here. One down again. Cue ball's kind of lost a little bit, top of the rail. He's got a sliver of the two. Got some great Sweet 16 matchups for you. In this opening rounds of the stage 2. Claudio Cacci versus Fedor Gorst. FSR versus Jesus Atencio. Ecklet versus Pius. Mr. Ralph Soke taking on Lucas Fracasso Werner. Niels Fyan taking on Sanjin Pelavanovic. And John Moore versus Hunter Lombardo. The winner of this matchup that you're currently watching will get the winner of Claudio and Fedor Gorst. That could set up for a monster matchup on the Elite 8. All right, Thorsten ties the 3-4-5 up. Jayson going to spin this cue around, trying to hide it behind those block of balls. It's going to get there. Seems like Thorsten really has no starting position at the table past 2 racks. Gonna go airborne 2-9 combo. Let's get our fingers on the replay button for this one. Gotta be careful. He's got to elevate over top of that 5. Comes across the front of the 2, hits it, makes contact. Leak out a little bit. Jayson will be able to get a hit on it. From this angle, it's a little tough to see if he has the whole ball or if he's going to have to come off the rail first. If he comes off the rail first, keep an eye on that 9. Cue ball track that way. Yeah, I think he's looking at it now. Spins the 2 all the way back up table. Behind the 6. We got a little bit of a safety battle right now. Pardon me for a second, guys. I had to step away. All right, Thorsten on to 3. Leaves Jayson long. Not expecting Jayson to make anything here. Goes for the 3. It's going to kiss off the 8. Jayson was pointing to where, kind of where the 8 ball was landed. Looks like he wanted to put the cue ball there also.
Have some choice. Break it down. Take a walk. Have a drink. Take your coffee. Out the day. Take your time. Never go to work. Have some choice. Go to trips. Peace is mine. Break the bricks. Monkey's time. Half
Both
days.
players playing the
Spend the
back and
time.
forth safety battle.
Nothing.
Waiting for one of the two to make a mistake.
Go to trips. Peace is mine. Break the bricks. Monkey's time.
Jayson, the defending champion,
Spend the
defeated
time.
PU's Labutis last year to claim this title.
Do your stuff. Get over it. Start with it. Take your time. Fascinate. By the way, we are here then we cannot think about.
Thorsten playing off the edge of the
We
3
cannot
ball.
think about.
So Jayson's going to play off the edge of the 3, maybe come under the 8.
Serve yourself.
Try to drive the 3 up table.
Feel the power. Now talk to me.
Driving the cue up table instead, going behind the 5-6.
Now we go to sleep. We wake the feel.
We'll try to get you some scores updated soon. Thorsten trying to go into this 3 full. Might even catch the bottom rail.
Shake the ways.
Jayson put the cue ball behind the 8, bring the 3 up table.
Your time. Shake the ways.
It's real close to that 8. It's going to leave Thorsten a tough opportunity here to hit and resafe. Going to have to come off that right side rail, try to get full into that 3. Hits it full. Does leave Jayson a shot. I'll play the 3. He's got to be careful. I know even with a pro player, they still make these mistakes sometimes. Has to be careful here with spinning the 3, and he doesn't go between the 8-7 and scratch in the bottom right corner. Just like I said, I know a little something. Check out that scratch again, right between the 8-7, scratch in the corner. I'll set Thorsten up for ball in hand here on the table. Good chance to run out, shorten this deficit. Thorsten making quick work. All right, Thorsten gets out. He's going to make that score 5-2.
Hey everyone, so if you love pool, then you need to check out PA Pro-Am Pool on YouTube. Like and subscribe now.
You are watching PA Pro-Am Pool.
Bringing you the hottest action from today's top amateurs and pro shooters. Check out paproampool.com for all the latest info on our events and tournaments.
All right, 5-2 on the score. Thorsten to break. I'm sorry, Jayson to break. He's got a 3-game lead. Nothing down on the break. Thorsten's got a golden opportunity here if he can control the cue off the rail. On this opening shot of the rack, he's got a golden opportunity to be down 2 games and getting the break back. You know, as an amateur player, sometimes people don't understand how hard that shot that Thorsten just took was. It looked relatively simple, just, you know, playing the 1 ball in and running into the 3. But amateur players sometimes have the toughest time hitting that ball square. To be able to slow it down and using that 3 as a bump stop. Called the John Mora match. You hear on the loudspeaker there about the tournament director, Mr. Doug Ennis. Pleasure working with all these gentlemen this week here at the Open 9-Ball Professional Championship. All top-notch tournament direction. A strong shot by Thorsten to get out for the 4-ball. Going to use a lot of inside right English and try to spin this cue up towards the 5. He does not get there. Spin-induced throw through the 4-ball to the right side of the pocket. Now Jayson with the steeper angle can go 3 rails: bottom rail, right rail, top rail. Back out for the 5. Careful, that's 6. He got the 4th rail, which gave him some tough luck. He's going to go airborne. Not sure if Jayson's using the J Flower jump cue. I would assume that J Flowers outfitted him with a ton of great cues for his arsenal. Jayson plays the 5 right in. This match could be a highlight reel right now of all Jayson Shaw shots. Both these players also know each other very well. Jayson out of Connecticut, Thorsten right down the road out of New York. That's where he currently resides, in the New York area. Just clears the 7. For the 8, he's going to take a 6-2 lead, a commanding lead here in the opening round of the single elimination.
Hello everyone, this is Double J, Jeremy Jones, and you're here watching PA Pro-Am Pool.
All right, we're going into rack number 9. Jayson in the lead, 6-2. Thorsten gets into a pretty good, gets shape on the 1. This could be a good rack for Thorsten. Playing the 1 into the corner. Get himself onto that 3. If he gets onto the 3, 3 or the 4 is not tough to get to. He can slide down between the rail and the 8. Or depending on his angle, he can come off the right side rail, come back over. Key ball here is the 1 though. Thorsten beautifully slides around the 8 ball using the right side rail for position and to slow the cue. He's going to use the gap here between the 6-9. Narrowly avoids the 9. These guys are surgeons on the table, the way they thread the needle on the cue ball. Lucas on the top table wins It's his matchup, and that'll put Lucas. Oh, sorry, I thought Lucas had already gotten into the top 16. He's not in there now. So it looks like Lucas just got to the top 16. So with that win, that would put Lucas against Mr. Soke. That's what it was. Ralph was waiting for Lucas's match to finish. Speaking of finishing, Thorsten Hohmann is going to finish this rack. He's going to make this score 6-3. He's catching up, keeping that lead tight. Check out Mr. Glenn Farr and the rest of the Black Blade Carbon team here at the Super Billiards Expo at booth 903. Black Blade Carbon is forward-weighted technology in the carbon fiber shafts. They make all carbon fiber cues. These things are gorgeous. If you get a chance, go by and take a look at them and tell Glenn and Frank Mieletti from PA Pro-Am Center. All right, we're going into rack 10. Jayson to break. I say it every time. Keep an eye on that 9-ball. It's like Jayson keeps missing the spot he's aiming for on the break. The first couple of racks it was working for him. He seems to be just about a hair off. He makes the 2. Plays the 1 to the corner. 1 gets a good bump on the 7. That'll leave something for Thorsten. He misses the 1 with the slow roll. Jayson going to try to hide behind the 5 and the 8. He gets there. Thorsten might be retreating for the shorty. All right, Thorsten going airborne. Cue ball comes off the table. That will be ball in hand to Jayson. Thought maybe a fan had a souvenir like in a baseball game. Speaking of souvenirs, you stop by Jayson's booth. He's got a special edition 832 jersey. Being Mr. 832, ran 832 balls consecutively in straight pool, which is the new world record. Surpassed himself. Surprising to see him go this way. Might be trying to put Thorsten on 2. Try to put the cue ball between the 5-8. Now he's going to come down 1 rail. He's not going to get there. Play edge of the 3. Thorsten's not to shoot over top of the 8-ball. But it is a safeable shot. He can play. He's got about 60% of the ball, maybe even more. Oh, had he hit it that good and not make it. That's got to be frustrating. All right, Jayson, another opportunity to increase his lead. In the corner, comes out 3 onto the 6-ball. It's going to be thin for the 6. Going to have to play this high. He's looking to catch the point, maybe about 1/8 of an inch in front of the point. I'm going to be completely wrong. He's just going to back cut it in the side pocket. Thanks, Jay. Make me look bad. He's got onto the 7 now. 7 and 8, same pocket. All right, we got 7-3 on the score. All right, 7-3 on the score going into rack number 11. Thorsten Hohmann to break. He's trailing by 4. He's got to create something here. Keep an eye on that 1-ball. 1-ball misses the side. Tracks up towards the top. Nothing down. Jayson's coming to the table. Teamwork there. Kicks the 1 out. 1 leaks a little bit. Thorsten could play the carom off the 1, letting the cue run into the 4, kind of driving the 1 down table. Could also just play a stop shot and hold the cue. He does play the stop shot and holds the cue. Wanted to avoid hitting that 6, though. He wanted that 6, the cube, I'm sorry, the 1 ball on the bottom portion of the table. Does give Jayson a 1 rail kick at it. Jayson needs to hit the edge of this one. He doesn't really want to go into it full. Leaves it on the 9. Could be a crazy cross railer 193, but pro players don't take those shots, so we're looking to see a nice potential lock-up safety. Might be able to squeeze the 1 past the 9. He's coming down table. The 8 ball is going to be the blocker. Jayson fouls and hits the 8 ball. 8 ball in hand. Thorsten. I said a little earlier, unfortunately, we have 1 camera angle on the side tables. This is not the main TV table, so I can't tell. I believe that 3 plays. Thorsten's out trying to run into it, so it looks like it plays to the bottom right. He'll draw 1 rail out for the 4. Good position onto the 5. Thorsten over the years has been one of my favorite players to watch. If you don't know too much about Thorsten, he's a 2-time 9-ball champion, a world champion, 2003 and 2013. He's also a phenomenal straight pool player. He won the straight pool world championship in 2006. He also was nominated and inducted into the BCA Hall of Fame in 2021. Plays good shape out to the 8. Play the 8 to the corner. Play the 9 into the same pocket. Try to shorten that deficit. Make it 7-4. We got 7-4 on the score. Thank you to Kamui Tips, one of my sponsors, and also the sponsors of the WNT, Moscone Cup, U.S. Open. I've had a great relationship with Matchroom over the years. Very proud to be part of Kamui and their East Coast brand ambassador. All right, rack 12. Jayson to break in the lead 7-4. Made some adjustments, got that 9 moving. 8 kicked it out of the way. It was tracking towards that pocket. Jayson going to try to thin the left side of the 2. Makes it off the 6. Does not look like it, does it? It does have enough speed. Gets behind the 5. That's a good safety by Jayson Shaw. Jayson plays safe off the break and safe off of a return. Probably one of the best in the world. Don't count the hitman out, though. He is an ace when it comes to playing off the rail. He's measuring out. Gonna come 2 rails, kick the 2 down towards the bottom rail. Try to leave the cue ball on the right side rail. Just misses contact. He hit that kind of slow too. If he made contact with it, I don't know what was really going to get to the rail. May have been going for the make off the 8 ball. Jayson with another opportunity to extend his lead. Six to the corner, 8 to the side. He's going to complete the puzzle. Try to make it 8-4. We got 8-4 on the score. Guys, check out Game On Sportswear, the official sportswear of PA Pro-Am Pool, Pennsylvania State Championships, and PA Pro-Am live streaming. Pictured here is our gorgeous live stream jerseys. You can check these out at bfccgameon.com. All proceeds from the purchase of jerseys help the stream, help us grow the tour. We appreciate all love and support. All right, 8-4 on the score. We're coming into rack number 13. Two pretty clear. They're going to look at the rack, see if they need to pull it. Pull the 9. I think even if these two guys know each other so well, I think that even if pulling the Magic Ball rack, if it slightly touched the cue ball, I don't think either one would call the foul. They both have a ton of respect for each other. All right, 2. Looking pretty good to that top right corner. Speed's an issue here, though. Cue ball's going to catch speed off that second rail. Thorsten got super close to his work, just unfortunately missed the 2 ball. Speed's going to be a slight issue for Jayson too. If he just hits the center ball, it's going to track towards the 5-8. So he's got to put a little bit of inside kill on this, or go with the shot, meaning really kind of throw some outside left on it. Come around 3 rails. Pretty good bump off the 5. Not the worst shot, but he's got the 8 in the side pocket, so he doesn't have to really play position off the 3 ball. Just making the shot into the corner. Kind of just coming off that right side rail. Might even slightly bump the 7, but I think he should clear it okay. He's going to bump into the 9. Not too much to say here. Every ball has its pocket. 6 into the 7. This where could be a dealer's choice. Jayson could stun the ball to the left side. He can go forward. He could draw it back up table, play the 8 in the side. A lot of options here. And he draws it up table. We'll play the 8 in the side. Same thing, we'll draw to the right side. We're going to have 9-4 here on the score any second. 9-4 on the score. Jayson Shaw, he's on the hill. Excuse me, 9-4. Shaw breaking. Rack 14. He needs 1. Hohmann needs 6. Jayson's on the right side of the rack this time. He's been breaking off the left side of the rack most of the time. Actually, more a little bit towards center. Let's see who he runs into the 1 again. Leaves the table open for Thorsten. Three to 4 looks like to be the toughest shot in this sequence. Somebody's cell phone going off. Folks, when you're at a pro event, please, I know it's tough sometimes to remember, but please have respect for the players. Turn any electronic device that makes any noise off or on silent. And also make sure you turn off any flashes on any picture devices. Jayson played a pretty simple shot on the 3. Didn't really try to get position on the 4. This will be, I'd say, difficulty level of about 6. Playing the 4 in, coming down for the 5. Not incredibly tough, but not super easy. I mean, I guess if you're eagle-eye Jayson Shaw, you just fire it in like that. No Poe, really, though, on the 5. He's up by 5 racks. He might take the 5-9 combo. Might even just pinch it forward and try to roll onto the 9. Goes for the side. Thorsten's going to get back to the table. I don't think that cell phone cost him the shot, but I know it probably definitely didn't help. Gonna punch his cue off the left side. Back up for the 8. Perfect speed. Gives a natural follow through on the 8 off the left side rail. I'm gonna play the 9 to the bottom right. Don't overshoot it. Right, he got there. We're looking at 9-5 here any second. All right, 9-5 on the score.
Universal Cues, a legacy of excellence. Since 1967, we've redefined billiard cue craftsmanship, growing from a small workshop to the world's largest cue manufacturing facility. With vacuum-dried North American maple, advanced laminated shafts, and precision-engineered components, every cue delivers unmatched quality, blending technology and elegance. From concept to design, from launch to achieving legend, Universal Cues leading the way.
All right, rack 15. Thorsten to break. He's trailing. He's got to come with a big break here. Anything goes down, that's going to leave Jayson a shot. Jayson had this shot earlier. Was tied to the rail earlier and he scratched. So he's a little off the rail. He's going to look to bring the cue ball down to the bottom there. So he's going to use a little bit of high right English. Kind of get this ball spinning off the rail. It's actually going to be spinning before it makes contact. Speed control's an issue again. Talking to the balls a little bit. Plays off the 9 for bump shape on the 3. Good shape onto the 4. I think this might be all we see here of Thorsten Hohmann in the 2025 Diamond Open 9-Ball Professional Players Championship. Jayson gets out, then Thorsten will be eliminated in the top 16. 128 players in this event. First time they filled the field in about 7-8 years, and it's a monstrous field. Probably the best field they've ever had in this event. Yeah, I'll leave the sun setting here. All right, 2 rails out. Jayson to play the 9 in this side. Let's give ourselves a round of applause for Mr. Thorsten Hohmann. Came in the top 16 of this event. Thorsten's going to go home with $3,000. That's going to move Jayson Shaw on to the next round, and he gets the winner of Cledio Kachi and Feder Gorst. So he doesn't get any kind of love going into the next round. All right, folks, we'll be back here in a little bit. We're going to have our Elite 8 coming up soon, but I'm also going to jump over to one of the other matches. So we'll see you soon. Thanks a lot for watching. This is PA Pro-Am Pool, broadcast of the Diamond Open 9-Ball Professional Players Championship.